Alright guys, welcome back to WrestlingRumors.net. What we wanted to do, guys, is the first lady of WrestlingRumors.net, Sam
Whoa,
here.
I'm just going to stop you right there because Maria Kanellis is going to come after me and kick my ass if I start calling myself the first lady of WrestlingRumors.net.
She might come after me. I just don't want Mike Bennett to come after me, to be honest.
I just don't want Maria to come after me.
So what we normally do, if you guys are familiar with our warm-up show, on every Sunday before pay-per-view, live at 6 p.m. on this YouTube channel, so that's why you want to subscribe, guys. But what we do is we basically give our staff picks. We defend our picks, so to speak. This week, Sam will not be with us, so we felt like it was necessary to give her a chance to defend her picks. So, Sam, let's start at the very beginning. And, guys, if you want to check out our warm-up show, get all of our staff picks, find them right now on WrestlingRumors.net. And then if you want to see us defend those, it's live at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's 11 up in the UK and 3 p.m. West Coast. So, everyone else adjust your times accordingly. So, Sam, first match, pre-show match. We have RTruth versus King Barrett. You have King Barrett pinning RTruth. I have RTruth pinning King Barrett. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm not sure how you really get RTruth out of this unless Wade Barrett's in trouble for something. I don't understand why they would give him King of the Ring and then really just send him out to lose a bunch of matches afterwards. They really haven't done anything with him since he's been King of the Ring. So to lose to RTruth would just be a little, you know something. What,
I don't know anything.
I not know? Then why do you have the smirk on your face?
You actually answered your own question. Now, here's
why,
the
is Wade Barrett in trouble?
No. I don't believe so. All from what I understand, I mean, just think of what you were saying. Ever since becoming King Barrett, he's done nothing but what?
Lose. Over and over and over. Not even in good matches either, like fast matches or squash matches.
Now, guys, I will defend my picks on the pre-show, but I also know you guys don't really care about my picks. It's about the superstars here picks. And obviously, so, Lady Nexus, let's get back to your picks. So you went with King Barrett over RTruth in the pre-show. Okay, let's go second match. We'll go with the WWE Divas Championship match. We're going to go Paige by submission is your pick. Now, I have Paige winning by DQ, so defend your pick.
I just want to see Nikki Bella in a bunch of pain, specifically applied by Paige, so that's kind of why I went with Paige for the submission, because I wanted to put in some sort of submission where Nikki Bella...
Preferably the PTO, I would imagine.
It's going to have something. It's going to have something where Nikki Bella's tits are out in front of the camera. It's going to be something ridiculous.
So it would be the PTO, is what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah,
so you think Paige goes home WWE Divas Championship?
Hopefully.
Champion.
I'm hoping. I've been hoping for weeks now that something other than Nikki would change, but
I don't know. I'll talk about it on warm up at 6 p.m. live tomorrow or tonight by the time you're watching this. So next match, the WWE Intercontinental Championship match. We have Ryback defending against Big Show. You have Ryback beating Big Show, as do I, by pinfall.
Ryback just makes the most sense. Them putting the IC strap on him right now is better for his career than Big Show's. Again, I've said it several times, I'm done with Big Show. I really kind of want him off my television. I don't see them putting a title on him right now at this point.
Yeah, it's just, I think this is just a stepping stone match, but I don't know. This one, I just think, but Ryback over Big Show is Lady Nexus' prediction here. Now we have the WWE Tag Team Championship match. We have New Day defending their championships against the Prime Time players. Sam. You have New Day by pinfall.
Yes.
I actually have primetime players by disqualification, so defend your pick.
I picked New Day by pinfall simply because I think that they're going to retain the titles. Now, it could happen how you have it playing out, where primetime players win, but by disqualification. That way, New Day still retains the titles. I can see it definitely happening that way. I just really picked them to win by pinfall so that they could keep the belts. With Kofi being in the Money in the Bank match, I don't see him winning. To have both the New Day tag team and Kofi losing that other match, I don't think would be good for New Day. I think just having at least one win at a pay-per-view under their belt would be good.
I don't know if Kofi's involvement in Money in the Bank necessarily matters. I think him just being in the match is big for New Day. It doesn't really
matters, but
I think just him being in the match is going to be a huge exposure for New Day as it is. But
I just think it would hurt the New Day more to have all of the New Day lose at the pay-per-view.
We're in agreement, though, that New Day retains regardless. I mean, that seems to be the focal point. I don't really think it matters with them right now about wins or losses, because remember, they're heels, and remember what kind of heel that they are.
Yeah, I know, but they kind of have to technically either win or be disqualified to actually retain the titles, so I'm going with whatever keeps them titles.
Okay, so you said, but you went pinfall, so I'm
holding
you to pinfall.
Okay, holding you to pinfall.
Because we're gonna figure out the brackets between me and you. We're far behind the WrestlingRumors.net crew, obviously because we joined later in the year. We're never gonna catch them, but we are gonna get to the root and see who's winning between us two. Which I know we haven't been keeping track, which we should. But now let's get to one of the bigger matches of the night: Kevin Owens, John Cena, NXT champ versus United States champ. Who do you have?
I had John Cena winning by disqualification. I
actually have Owens pinning Cena, which I'm sure that I'm going to have to defend tomorrow. But go ahead.
They already had Owens pinning Cena clean once. I hope that they would do it again. I definitely do, but. Again, it's WWE logic. I don't see them letting Owens pin Cena clean twice in a row. Having Owens come out and completely demolish Cena would make a whole lot more sense, in my opinion.
Okay.
Even if the match doesn't even have to start yet, before the bell rings, he could come out, take out Cena so that Cena can't compete, and then there's not even a match at all. So
I can see that. Okay.
I mean... Yeah, I just don't see Cena getting a pin.
Now let me ask you a question. Do you think the outcome of this match has any stake in what's going to happen in Japan with Kevin Owens and Finn Balor?
No.
You don't think? So you're saying that Kevin Owens is going to come in, and I'm not saying whoever interferes down there, but with it being a main roster combined show, you don't think maybe John Cena cost him his NXT championship only because... How could Finn Balor be...
John Cena doesn't do stuff like that, though. He's the good guy, remember?
Is he, though? He's very gray. He's kind of a dark gray right now, guys. Anyway, so...
I don't know. I can see that happening on
I'm just saying there's so many things that can play into it. I can't see Finn Balor getting a clean win over Kevin Owens. And with Kevin Owens being on the main roster, so I think something has to come into play. Who knows what it is? I mean, you could be right about just it completely him demolishing Cena. The match doesn't happen. Cena comes in for revenge that way. I don't know. It's going to be interesting, but you're saying that you don't think it's going to play into the NXT feud at all?
No, not really.
Okay. I'll take it for an answer. Absolutely, I'll take it for an answer. All right. So, Sam, this year, who's going to be Mr. Money in the Bank?
Roman Reigns.
I went with Roman Reigns as well. Now, Sam, do you think because there's been rumors, reports, maybes out there, and it's been talked about, so let's talk about it. Do you think there's potentially a surprise appearance in Columbus, Ohio by the Beast Incarnate himself, Brock Lesnar?
I'll say there's a 50-50 chance. I think there's more of a chance of him being there at the show just at all. I think there's a good chance of that. Him interfering in this match per se, I'm gonna be 50-50 on, because I would love for it to happen, but I'm not gonna get my hopes up too much.
If he's in Columbus, he's gonna be on camera.
Well, just because he's on camera doesn't mean that he necessarily has to involve himself in this.
Right, I understand that, but this would make the most sense. You know, other than the championship match, but even at that point, I almost think that they could do a backstage segment with him and Paul Heyman, and he can come out at the end and screw over Rollins. What's the best way for Brock Lesnar to get reinstated? You steal the Money in the Bank contracts until you give it back.
Yeah, but if he's...
Just an idea. Obviously fantasy booking, but it's just an idea.
I'd want him to keep the contract. Like,
he's
the
not
contract
in the match,
would be his. It doesn't matter.
It absolutely does.
No, it doesn't. The first superstar to climb the ladder and grab it is the Money in the Bank. It doesn't necessarily say in the rules that whoever climbs the ladder has to technically be in the match.
With that logic...
I'm just saying here.
With that logic, then anybody from the locker room can just run down and grab it at any time.
No one's tried it before. Have Brock Lesnar be the first.
Moving on to the championship match, the WWE World Heavyweight Championship match, we have Seth Rollins defending against Dean Ambrose. Dean Ambrose very close to home. Columbus isn't really that far away from Cincinnati, guys. What happens in this? You have Seth Rollins by pinfall, as do I. Defend your pick.
Defend my pick? I like Rollins as champ. No, I think it's too close to Dean Ambrose's hometown. It's usually you lose in your hometown.
Used to be,
It used to be like that, and it's not technically in his hometown; it's near it. No, I just think they need to keep the belt on Rollins. I think it would just be smart.
I think if they're going the direction with Roman Reigns as Money in the Bank, I think absolutely Rollins keeps the briefcase too, or keeps the championship too. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, do you see any kind of screwy finish, or is this? I mean, do you think, because obviously there's going to be some interference, potentially.
Well, there can be the Authority screws Rollins, the Authority screws Ambrose. It could be Brock Lesnar comes out and screws Rollins. It could be whoever wins Money in the Bank comes out and cashes in at the end. You know, there's so many different possibilities for the ending to that match. It's impossible for me to even predict what was going to happen.
And you know what? For as much, I'll admit, as much as we kind of complained about this whole Authority with Ambrose and Rollins and Reigns, and it just started getting diluted, and Kane, and what's going on, and I'm tired of all these guys. It's actually made every pay-per-view now where we're guessing and guessing to the point where we think in Money in the Bank, you know, and listen, I'm not going to say that I haven't entertained these ideas too, but we've heard everything from Roman Reigns is going to turn heel, Kane might help Roman Reigns out,
Ambrose is turning heel.
Ambrose is turning heel, Roman Reigns is going to screw Ambrose. I mean, but there's been so much speculation, and that's when it's fun, guys. When nobody can really get their pulse on what's going on, that's when wrestling becomes fun again. And I think that with this right now, what was at one point kind of frustrating has slowly built into something where if nothing happens this pay-per-view or even like the slightest little comment or nuance in a match, you know, now we're guessing, oh, maybe that's foreshadowing. Maybe that's foreshadowing. So I do like where they're going with this. Do we see any heel or face turns, do you think, of this?
No.
I don't either.
No.
I don't. I think they're building towards something, but I think maybe we see some more seeds planted.
It's either, I think the Authority's either going to completely turn against Rollins at this, or it's just going to come out that it was all a ruse, that they were working together in cahoots the whole time, and it was just Seth Rollins being the architect like always. And
finally, because I know it's your boy, are we going to see Rusev come out during Money in the Bank and cast off Ziggler and yelling, Lana?
Lana! I hope so.
Okay, there we go. All right, guys, now please make sure...
That would be my spot of the night.
I know it would be. Make sure you're subscribing to this very YouTube channel. That's where you'll catch all of our content. We are going live at 6 p.m. Eastern Time with our Money in the Bank Wrestling Warm-Up Edition episode. Basically, the rest of us will be on there defending our picks. You'll see why we think where we're going, different things of that nature. You'll catch Sam and I on the post-show live right after the pay-per-view, probably around 11 o'clock, 11:05. Guys, make sure you're checking out WrestlingRumors.net for all of your wrestling needs. We're redefining what a dirt sheet is. And until next time, guys, we will see you on the flip side.